Okay, this is just a very quick update to show you something that I'm a little bit worried about, but maybe I shouldn't be so worried about. First of all, more investigations into the bike, in particular the clutch. Now, first of all, managed to get the aluminium dome off without scarring it. Pretty happy about that. Should buy a lotto ticket if I were a gambling man. But more importantly, I've now been able to get to the clutch. Now, I'm hoping that'll show up. I'm just going to get down there. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, basically what's happening is that the clutch has not been put in correctly. It should go 3, miss 1, 3, miss 1, 3, miss 1. It's going 4, miss 1, 4, miss 1, 1, miss 1. And what you're seeing is something like you're seeing here. Which I think is basically when you put the clutch in, I think what's happening is that the side that is under less pressure is coming out and the side that is under more pressure is not coming out as much, which could be stuffing the clutch. Anyway, we'll have a look and see what we have to do. Okay, so I looked online and found out that basically these should be 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. They weren't before, they are now. I just took them out. They're not under any pressure at all. Which is kind of good, and set them around the other way. So now when I push the clutch in, you'll see that it moves equidistantly, but I don't think it's going in all the way. So we'll just go around the other side. I've kicked it today. My hip is buggered, so I kicked it and started it, which is kind of good. So from that point of view, I'm happy to have done that, but I'm just going to use the electric starter and start her up so that we can see what my other issue. It might not be able to hear once it starts. So I may have to go over the top of that, but basically I was putting the clutch in and the clutch basket was obviously still spinning, not as fast as it is when it's actually on, but still the throw isn't enough. I think that's the case. So there's a couple of things I'm going to do. First of all, when we go in here, you'll see that the clutch is in its original place, comes through down onto the correct area. Through here, it's hitting just on that little section right there, which I'm hopefully showing you. It hits just in here, and then it goes to a lever, which is on the other side. Of course, you guys who know your Harleys know this already. This lever right here. This lever is not the correct lever according to the BDL instructions on installing the 3-inch, or should I say at least this style open primary. It should be longer. Now, my problem with that is that I've also got a starter in here as well, so I'm not quite sure how that's actually going to work just yet. But that would help both with the clutch lever feel. Hopefully it'll allow for more movement. Got a few other things I can try, but I don't particularly want to go to a foot clutch, which of course means that the clutch comes out here and it's just down here and I can pull it out as far as I possibly can. The other thing I can do is I need to find the manual for this clutch that we've got here, but I'm hoping to do a twist and check on this as well. All right, that'll do us for today. So today is going to be a clutch inspection day, and I think you can see that I've taken this down to factory specifications for a stock engine. I'm a little bit worried that this engine isn't stock, which is why there were 9 on there. However, with just 6, the clutch lever up here is as simple as the dyno that's over there. No problems, I wouldn't even change it. But if I do have to run 9, and I'm thinking I'll go back to 8, for example, on the old clutch hub down here, then I will probably have to do something else with regards to the clutch. Now I do want to have a look at this. The clutch adjustment nub, it seems to be right on the edge there, which is a bit, I don't know how it's supposed to be. We'll follow the instructions. Also going to loosen the clutch cable there. I'm also going to move the takeoff to be upside down so there's a little, it can get further down, and I've also got a clutch release lever, should I say. So fun times. We'll pick it up after I've taken it off. Oh, I should just say, I'm also going to take this off completely, which is the reason for the lift, is basically I'm a little bit worried that because this was lifting off at an angle, one side of the clutch plates has always been engaged while the other side hasn't, and I'm a little bit worried that there could be damage to one side of the clutch plates as opposed to the other. Yeah, I don't know. So we're going to take this off and have a look and see what the go is with the clutches on the inside. So I'm going to get the bike up onto this lift here, and we'll see where we're at. Fingers crossed it doesn't require new clutch plates, but I'm not taking the risk. All right, so after a day of fettling with the clutch cables and the clutch, essentially I've gone back to just using 8 springs instead of 6. I felt that perhaps this engine might require a little bit more power than that, we can see. What that has done, of course, will make the clutch a little bit more difficult to pull in, but that's okay, we're working on that. The clutch adjustment was well out, so I don't know what effect that had on it, but I followed the instructions, loosened the cable, etc. Now the cable has a problem, which we're going to be having a look at in a little later. The other issue that we had, or I had, should I say, is that, I should say, I bought one of these as per the instructions from BDL, and it turns out that essentially it doesn't do anything, as in the one that's in there is slightly higher and works a lot better. So this is going to come free. I'll put this on the internet somewhere and sell it off. So I'll just put that back for a second. Okay, so this lever is the problem. Ignore the temporary stopgap at the moment. I just shimmed it out with 3 washers to give me an idea of how much height needs to happen. But basically, if we pop in here, I'll try to get in there for you guys. The lever was hitting the top of the transmission cover there, not allowing full travel. Now, with those shims here, down here, shimming the drive up a bit, it does indeed now not hit, and it still works. I'm not happy with the shimming. So what I'm going to do is, my skills are not good enough to do what I want to do, which is to cut and shut this and also raise it so that it takes up that amount of height, raises that up and comes through. I'm also wanting it to be longer, because if you have a close look in there, it's not long enough. It's putting a lot of strain on the cable. So I'm going to get a mob to do that. I'm well and truly well aware of my possibilities, or should I say my skill sets, and that is well outside my skill sets to do that with any form of happy that it's not going to die on me, etc. So, but we've also, or should I say, I've also found out, or have worked out, that basically this cable is too long, and they've tried to use it anyway. We go down here, you'll see that this is where the Bowden cable adjuster is. Now this is where I want it to be, sort of halfway, giving me room either way to go. Let's get in a bit closer. Yeah, halfway to go either greater or less, but it was right at the end. And even with that was having trouble because the wire inside the cable is too long. I don't know where this wire came from. I don't know if it's a made up one or whatever, but essentially if we look up here, you can see how much it needs to be shortened by. That essentially is how much I've taken the center bit that holds it out, but that's how much it needs to be shortened by. Now that actually is how much the lever goes in by, and it's even then it's not great. So The idea will be to, I haven't got any unfortunately, but the idea will be to cut the wire and put one of those ferrules on that you can buy. I saw a tip by a guy, can't remember who it was now, so if it was you, Shaholla, that tells you to solder the ends and so forth, so I'm going to do that too. And we'll try it. The point might be very well moot because I'm changing the bars, possibly this weekend actually. So we're going to be taking that down anyway, but them's the brakes, aren't they? Or the clutch. Alright, well, bit of a change on the front end. The big apes have gone, complete with all their fittings and so forth. Have a look at that, man. That's some bad drilling. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those. They're just sitting there for now. These are one set of bars that I've got spare, that you can see there. I don't even know what they were. I picked them up for $10 at a swap meet, so they're the most comfortable with the current risers that we've got. If I swing over to the dyno for a moment, these are JP Cycles 2-inch up and 1-inch back risers just there. And that would be perfect for the other set. That's their standard bars that I've got on there from FXDC 2013. So I don't really want to butcher that so that I can get the bars that I really want to run, which are, I bought them actually for that bike, which is these, which are, I think they're buckhorns. But if you look at the dyno for a moment, they're supposed to be buckhorns, and these come back down. They're almost like a rabbity ear buckhorn thing. Anyway, so I'm probably going to buy a set of those JP Cycles risers for this, because as much as this is comfortable, I actually don't really like the look. I'll put a picture of what it looks like with those on, and it just looks absolutely perfect. As long as they were sitting along that line instead of that line. It literally is just about an inch. Got the internal wiring out, which of course I'm going to use because I'm thinking I'm going to keep these indicators. I don't need them legally, but I don't know how many of our wonderful constabulary know whether or not that is the case. So that's how much of the clutch I need to cut off. Well, actually, being that it's way too big and too long, I'll get another set. I, by the way, despise acorn nuts now that I've taken the brake pressure switch off, because I'm hoping that these switches here, which go to the rear light, will go up. I'll have to extend them. Will go up to the brake controls that I've got coming. So of course this poor light is just hanging here for now. So yeah, stop with the acorn nuts, boys. They're just shit. I hate them. Otherwise, yeah, pretty good day. Good day to just basically get the whole look at the clutch, make sure the clutch was all good, all the plates looked okay, and so forth and so on. I've also worked out something on why this kickstand is right in my leg. This is a 5-in-4 transmission, and this section here, to my knowledge, is the thing that allows this to actually bolt to the transmission. So therefore, this would normally be sitting around about here, along that line, and that's how much out it is when it hits my leg. You can see there, my leg comes through there, it's just constantly on that. Now, I don't mind being goosed on the underside of my leg, but I don't know you that well. But that's how she's sitting today. Tomorrow I will be lifting her up and doing the big seals on the other side. With the clutch off, it's currently in neutral, so I can start her, but I can't do anything else with her. So we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching.